Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, October 17th, 2024. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. So much fun yesterday at Annapolis Subaru with the SPCA and Maya, a corgi that I must say can stand to lose a few pounds, but hey, can't we all? But I'll tell you, she was spry enough to leap up and catch a cheese puff. Maya is up for adoption at the SPCA, and she really is a cutie. She'd be great for any household. All right, we do have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? A Glen Burnie mother has been charged with manslaughter after her 2-year-old daughter fatally overdosed on heroin. According to the Anne Arundel County Police, on August 17th, first responders found the child unresponsive in her mother's apartment. The mother admitted to using drugs earlier in the day and attempted to revive the child by administering Narcan prior to calling 911. Police believe the child ingested the heroin that was left out. The child was transported to the Baltimore Washington Medical Center, where she was pronounced deceased about an hour later. The mom now faces charges of involuntary manslaughter, child neglect, reckless endangerment, and several drug offenses. She is scheduled for a preliminary hearing on October 23rd. Navy head football coach Brian Newberry has been named to the Paul Bear Bryant Coach of the Year Award watch list. Now, this prestigious award, given annually, recognizes coaches who demonstrate excellence on and off the field. Newberry has led Navy to a very strong start with a 5-0 record and a number 25 ranking in the AP poll. Navy is preparing to face Charlotte for homecoming this weekend, hoping to achieve a 6-0 start for the first time since 1979. A win on Saturday would also make the team bowl eligible for the first time since 2019. Tickets are available, and of course we're going to be there. You can get your tickets at navysports.com. Anne Arundel County recently honored 23 Hispanic leaders for their contributions to the local community. This recognition took place during Hispanic Heritage Month, with the county celebrating individuals who have made significant impacts in areas such as business, education, and advocacy. The event, hosted by County Executive Stuart Pittman, highlighted the importance of diversity and the role of Hispanic leaders in enriching the county's cultural and civic life. And a hearty congrats to my friend Roxana Rodriguez, the owner of one of my favorite restaurants, Caliente Grill, for bringing home the Latina Mentor of the Year. All right, and that just gave me an idea for my dinner tonight. The Annapolis Film Society will present a special screening of the film A Real Pain tonight. The film, directed by filmmaker and Annapolis native Eli Roth, explores the themes of grief and healing through a cross-cultural lens. The screening will take place at Maryland Hall, followed by a Q&A session with the director. Tickets for the event are available online at annapolisfilmfest.org, and if seats are still available, there will be a cash-only line at the door, and tickets are $20 apiece. The doors open at 6:30. The film starts right at 7. Finally, Homestead Gardens' annual Fall Fest continues weekends through October 27th. Families can enjoy activities like corn mazes, hay rides, and pumpkin picking, all for $15 per person, with free entry for those under 2, seniors, and even dogs. Fall treats, barnyard animals, and photo ops are making a festive autumn celebration for the whole family, and advance tickets are encouraged. You can do that at homesteadgardens.com. Hey, podcast stuff. Up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight, we're going to be chatting with Hillary Harp Falk, who is the president and CEO, and I must say that I mistitled her yesterday as the executive director. Sorry, Hillary. But she is the president and CEO of the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, and did you know that they do more than just bands in the sand? Yes, that was a joke. And in closing, one of the best ways to keep up on the local news is the daily news recap email that goes out at 7 p.m. 366 days this year. It is free, and paywall free. And here is a link right here in the show notes for you to sign up. And please feel free to let your friends, family, and colleagues all know about it as well. All right, that's a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and a thank you to the sponsors for the Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Hospice of the Chesapeake, Mathematics, and Fish for a Cure. All right, so now you just need to sit back because we have weather from DCMDVA Weather, and because it's Thursday, Trevor's here from Annapolis Makerspace with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. All that's coming right up, so hang tight.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Is all this talk of inflation making you uneasy? Me too, especially the uncertainty. How bad will it eat into my future purchasing power? Well, don't feel helpless because solar energy can give you some financial control. By installing and owning your solar system, you can lock out electricity cost inflation by locking in your electricity price for more than 25 years. Many of our inflation-fighting clean energy systems offset 100% of the annual electricity demands. Customers frequently add electric vehicle charging and backup batteries to their solar projects, providing them inexpensive auto fuel and additional energy security for the home. Freeze energy inflation in its tracks by committing to affordable, clean solar energy. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, October 17th. One more day of cool temps today for the Annapolis region before warmer conditions return starting tomorrow, and afternoon highs will then very likely stay warm on the whole through the end of October. Look for highs today around 60 degrees after 30s and 40s this morning, with more 30s and 40s expected tomorrow morning as highs warm into the mid-60s to maybe lower 70s in a few spots. From there, AM lows will likely be in the 40s this weekend into early next week as PM highs climb back up into the low to mid-70s Saturday, with mid to upper 70s likely Sunday through Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, with no real rain in sight across the entire period. One more thing, while not quite as awesome as the northern lights that were visible in the area last week, be sure to step outside one night now through the end of October and take a look in the western sky to try to spot a comet that was discovered in early 2023 and was subsequently found to only make a pass visible to Earth once every 80,000 years. So step outside, ideally around 30 or 45 minutes after it gets dark, and take a look, as you should be able to spot what is called now Comet Atlas with the naked eye, but we'll definitely be able to spot it with binoculars or a telescope. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and X for updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Fish for a day, party for a night, all for a great cause. Don't miss Fish for a Cure's 18th annual fishing tournament and shore party, Saturday, November 9th at Safe Harbor, Annapolis. Register to fish and raise funds for the Cancer Survivorship Program at Luminous Health Anne Arundel Medical Center's Gayton and Joanne D. Cesaris Cancer Institute. All funds raised directly benefit cancer patients and their families. Register your boat or get your shore party ticket for fishforacure.org. Again, that's fishforacure.org.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Running tomorrow through November 17th, be sure to check out the Maryland STEM Festival, with tons of events all around Maryland at all kinds of different locations, including schools, libraries, makerspaces, and more. At Chesapeake Light Craft in Annapolis, all next week, Monday through Saturday, they're making tenderly dinghies, and registration is open for classes coming up later, including making Chester Yawls in November. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, tonight, there's a comprehensive Learn to Crochet class. Saturday, there's a comprehensive Learn to Knit class, which is their final session for that one. Sunday, there's Beginner Interlac. Monday, there's Knitting on Tiny Needles, learning to knit socks on 9-inch circular needles. And then on Tuesday, there's Toft Animals, making crochet animals. And registration is open for their Advanced Knitting Techniques class, a Do You Doodle workshop for stranded colorwork patterns, and a comprehensive Learn to Crochet class coming up later. At the Willow Oak Flower and Herb Farm in Severn, Saturday, check out their Fall Harvest Day. Pick out a pumpkin and maybe paint it, make pumpkins out of dried flowers, and make an indoor fairy garden with live music, children's activities, and food. At Local by Design, Saturday, they have a fused glass ornament workshop with Deborah Hines, and Wednesday, they have an artist repertoire candle-making workshop. At Art Farm in Annapolis, Saturday, check out Spark, a creative workshop for small business owners, as well as their first exposure photography class. And then on Thursday, there's a mixed media moon journaling. And registration is open for more adult workshops, including more sketch nights, marbling, collage art, block printing, as well as the art of arting, among other topics. And their kids' art camps are in full swing. Today, there's a nature art school for ages 6 through 8. Saturday, there's a kids' art school for ages 7 through 9. Monday, there's a kids' art school for ages 4 through 5, as well as another kids' art school for ages 6 through 8. On Tuesday, there's pencil, charcoal, ink, and watercolor for ages 9 through 11, as well as fashion design, sketching, and conceptualizing for ages 9 through 12. Then on Wednesday, there's a mixed media art school for ages 9 through 11, as well as podcasting for ages 10 through 14. And they have more kids' art camps coming up, including mixed media, poetry, art inspired by music, and more. At the Arundel County Public Library System this week, tomorrow, Discoveries, the library at the mall, has Autumn Art through the Senses, and Glen Burnie has a Lego Club. On Saturday, Deal has Science Saturday with Spooky Science. Serona Park has Ask a Master Gardener with Small Space Container Gardening. Mountain Road has Stitch and Chat. And Bush Annapolis has Flicks with Sticks, watching 1981's Gregory's Girl while doing fiber arts. On Monday, Eastport Annapolis Neck has Steam Mondays. Glen Burnie has a Paper Crafts Night. Crofton has a Crofton Houseplant Club. And Bush Annapolis has Incredibly Spooky STEM Challenge. On Tuesday, Glen Burnie has Little Engineers Constructive Play. Discoveries has Homeschool Art Club. Brooklyn Park has Explore STEM Connections. Crofton has a Haunted Laboratory with Halloween Science. Odenton has a Paint Night. Severn has a Movie and Craft Night. And Mountain Road has a STEM Robotics Night. And then on Wednesday, Bush Annapolis is doing Sewing Basics. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, on Tuesday, check out our monthly open house. For anyone who wants to check out the shop, you can come by and see what we have and meet some of our members. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.